Hello everybody and welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome. My name is Rebecca Bailey and I do videos on health, well-being and Italy because I currently live in the north of Italy. So let's get into this video. It's about how to work in Italy. Alright, so this video is going to apply to people that are mainly outside of Italy and they want to come into Italy and they want some information on how to, to come here. All right, so I think it's worth doing planning and preparing yourself before you arrive in Italy. Of course, you can do it once you arrive here, but it makes your life so much harder. So I would suggest that, you watch as many videos and you gain as much knowledge as possible before moving here. All right, so I've written down a list of things that I think are very important to help you prepare for working in Italy. So first, you're going to need a codice fiscale. You're going to need this. This is like a tax code, okay? For me, my company that I applied to work at, they applied for this tax code for me, so I didn't do it myself. But I know you can go to the agency Entrate and they will help you there, or you can go to your local comune and they will direct you on what to do. The process is not very difficult at all, and it's something that happens here all the time. And a comune is like a town hall, or your local town hall, where you get lots of information to do different things on housing, on working, your rights, things like that. All right, another thing it's quite important to have here is an ID card, because people carry ID cards here. We don't carry ID cards in the UK, but in Italy, people do with your picture on it. You can get this from the local comune, and it's just a good form of identification to have. If you don't have that, or in the meantime, while you're waiting to receive this card, you can use your passport. I used my passport and my driver's license. All right, so while we're talking about employment, we have to also touch on unemployment. So you need to bear this in mind before moving here, that the unemployment rate is around 11%, guys. So, Italians are trying to find work here as well, and a lot of them are not finding it that easy. So we got to bear that in mind. Please bear that in mind before coming here. And also, we're just coming out of a pandemic right now, and a lot of people have lost their jobs, etc., etc. So nobody knows what the result of that is going to be. All right, so CELTA. I'm sure everybody's heard of a CELTA or a TEFL certificate. Before I moved there, I didn't have a CELTA or a TEFL. For me, it didn't make any difference having a CELTA or a TEFL in Italy. No difference at all. When I did interviews, I actually asked somebody, I said to them, if I was to get a CELTA, what difference would it make? And in other words, she beat it around the bush, but she told me, in other words, it doesn't really make much difference. It doesn't make much difference to them or to your paycheck. But maybe to you, it might make a difference. Because why? Because it might help you gain some more knowledge and give you some confidence in the classroom. So, it's up to you if you want to do it. But while I have been in Italy, I did do a TEFL. I did the TEFL. Why? Because to teach online English, you need a TEFL now. The Chinese government said that you need to have all their teachers need to have a TEFL certificate. So that's why I did my TEFL. So I just found the company online and I did it online. It was like 120 hours. And yeah, it's been good. So if you want to, as an option, I think it might be a good idea to get the TEFL out of the way while you're in your own country, while you're relaxing, while life is good. Not that life is going to be bad when you move, but it just takes the stress off, you know what I mean? All right, so that's the TEFL and the CELTA. We've talked about that. So that's if you want employment. All right, guys. You're also going to need a CV, which is the curriculum vitae. And it's different here than it is in Italy, in the UK, the curriculum vitae, and maybe in America too. Here, you have to put your photo on the CV. They also ask for your age, your nationality, which I'm not used to, because as I said before, in the UK we don't do this at all, because it will be classed as, you know, some type of discrimination. It's easier for people to discriminate against you if they can see what you look like, if they know your age, etc. So just be prepared to do that. I went to Europass. If you type in Europass, you can easily do it on the Europass website, and then it's done and it's out of the way. So do that, guys, and update it with all your latest teaching experience or any experience that you need for your target job. All right, so if you, for example, if you're planning for the future, you're planning to move to Italy maybe in 3 years before you do your degree, and maybe you don't know what degree to do, I would suggest something in marketing, engineering, business, languages, in order to gain a good job in Italy. Those areas, there are jobs, all right? But if you're past that stage where, you know, you've got your degree ready, it's not in one of them areas and you want to come and teach English, that's fine. Just get as much knowledge as possible, learn the grammar rules, learn this, learn that, and then come here and teach English. Right. Okay, so that's what you're going to need in order to gain employment. All right, so you can maybe build a LinkedIn profile, and also Indeed is a good website to find jobs in Italy, so check them websites out, guys. They're quite helpful. Another tip would be to, before moving here, find a job first, but maybe like a job online. So you can maybe do some customer service job, you can do teach English online, but my point is get the job before coming and get like used to the job first. Do it for maybe 4 or 5 months. How many months ahead you want to do it for. So when you come here, it's just like a nice transition. You don't have to worry about working very quickly in a rush, and then after, if you want to, you can find a job in a brick and mortar place, whether it's a brick and mortar school, and then you can make some friends in the school, so you're just not so panicky about working. All right, so that's a tip for you guys. All right, so once you do arrive here and you find a job, for example, in English, an English job, because that's what most people do when they do arrive here, the first job they tend to do. So you might find the wage anything from like 800 euros to maybe 1,200, and you have to work hard for the 1,200, guys. If you want to supplement your income, you can always do private work. Be a private English teacher, and it works like this. You need to promote yourself. You can go to the local university and, you know, put a poster up on the wall and get somebody in the facilities or faculties to put a stamp on it, and you can put it up, and then students will contact you guys. You can receive anything from 25 euro to 30 euro per hour, and this is where you're probably going to make most of your money, or just a nice extra income. And once you start to get one English student, then they will tell their friend will tell their friend, and then especially if you're good, and then before you know it, you have a nice you know, extra income coming in from doing private lessons. You can also put your posters in shops, etc. So that's a good one. So once you're on your feet, you can do that for extra income. LinkedIn, so your CV, you need a picture in your CV. I've noticed here that when I've done interviews, most of my interviews have been in English, which is I'm quite lucky, but some of them the person didn't speak in English. They spoke in Italian, which is right, because it's an Italian country. But don't expect just because it's an Italian school that the CEO or the manager is going to speak in English, because guys, it just doesn't work like that. A lot of them don't speak in English. I generally go in and I start to talk in Italian, and then they kind of realize, oh, their Italian ain't that good. So then they might call a friend in to help translate or something like that. But put it forward, you know, shows that you're willing to talk in Italian, and you're not like just going there and talking in English, because, you know, that can get on some people's nerves. All right, so I don't know if I mentioned follow-up emails. Did I mention follow-up emails? I think I did. Come to the north more. All right, so if you want to decide where to go, if you're outside, you're like, should I go to the north? Should I go to the south of Italy? Where should I go? If it depends. If you want this type of, maybe a different type of life, you can go to the north, you know, where maybe it could be more tranquil for you. But if you want like hustle and bustle or whatever, then maybe the north is a place for you. A city like Torino, you know, if you want a big job in maybe marketing or something like that, might be a good place. Or in Milan, a good place to go to. Here, as I said before, I think I said that Italy is good. Torino is good for like engineer. We have like Fiat here, and we have some big companies. So, you know, engineering jobs, it's probably a good place to find an engineering job. You know, being able to speak English here is a bonus. It's a good thing. And also, if you know Italian and English, it's just the cream on the cake. No, the icing on the cake. The icing on the cake, guys. It's just the icing on the cake. So yeah, in the north there are more English speakers, and there's more people that maybe you can converse with, and you can get by. But you know, who wants to get by in life? So remove job. So I think I've mentioned everything from my list, guys, of the things that can help you before moving to Italy. I hope I haven't missed anything off this list. My time here has been interesting. It's not been the easiest, and I maybe should have gained more knowledge before moving here. So I hope these videos helps some people or somebody while doing this. Remember, guys, you have to be persistent here, okay? All right, you can't feel downhearted if you don't get this job or you don't get that job. You just have to keep going, keep applying for different types of jobs, make follow-up emails, make follow-up calls, and just be persistent, okay? Remember, before you come here, to print your CV off, because, you know, CV is a thing here where you can hand them into different schools. Remember to bring copies of your CV, copies of your business card, just to give to people, especially if you want to teach English privately. Bring your degree certificate and any information that's going to help you to bag a job, guys. So bring all of that. Bring some ID with you. Just bring everything. Just prepare yourself in the best way possible for success. That's all I can say. And then, guys, just have a plan what you want to do, you know, have a plan. You want to come here, you want to teach English for 1-2 years, get the house, blah, 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 blah. And then you want to move on into whatever field. But just have a set plan. Otherwise, it can lead to disappointment. And I mentioned in another video that working, especially as an English teacher in schools, it can be quite draining and demanding, and you can work in these type of schools for a long time, guys, without any progression or without any type of you know, pay rise. So, you know, in order to keep your spirits up high, have a plan. All right, guys, I hope this video helped somebody, and I hope I didn't miss anything out, because this is the second time that I'm filming this video. So I'm kind of trying to think, did I say this in this video? Did I say it in this video? But I hope I covered every point and every subject here. Please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, guys. Please, I'm trying to get my numbers up. I'm new here. All right, thank you and goodbye.